Within 72 hours of quitting sugar, your body will start cannibalizing itself, but not in the way you think. And by day 7, something will happen to your brain that scientists are calling the reset effect. I'm about to walk you through every single hour of what happens when sugar leaves your system. Some of it is uncomfortable, some of it is incredible. And one thing that happens on day 5, almost nobody talks about it. The average person consumes 77 grams of added sugar per day. That's about 17 teaspoons. Your body wasn't designed for this. Sugar isn't just empty calories. It's a substance that hijacks your hormones, rewires your brain's reward system, and keeps you locked in a cycle of cravings that feel impossible to break. But here's what most people don't realize. The withdrawal is temporary. The transformation is permanent. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside your body when you remove all added sugar for just 7 days. No exaggeration, no fear-mongering, just the science of what your cells, organs, and brain actually experience. Let's start with the first 24 hours, because that's when your body realizes something has changed. Hour 1 to 6, the blood sugar roller coaster stops. The moment you stop eating sugar, your blood glucose stabilizes. If you're used to snacking on sweets or drinking sugary drinks, your pancreas has been working overtime pumping out insulin. Now it gets a break. But your brain doesn't celebrate. Not yet. Hours 6 to 12, cravings begin. Your brain releases dopamine when you eat sugar, the same chemical triggered by addictive drugs. When that sugar doesn't arrive on schedule, your brain starts sending urgent signals. Where's my reward? You'll start thinking about cookies, chocolate, that afternoon soda. This isn't weakness, this is neurochemistry. Hour 12 to 24, energy dips. Without the quick glucose spikes you're accustomed to, you might feel sluggish, irritable, or foggy. Your body is searching for its usual fuel source. Some people report headaches as blood vessels adjust to more stable glucose levels. Here's what's actually happening. Your body is starting to remember how to burn fat for energy instead of constantly burning sugar. But it's rusty. It hasn't had to do this in years. Day 2. The withdrawal, the difficult day. Day 2 typically is the hardest. If sugar was a daily staple, you're now in full withdrawal. Physical symptoms may include intense cravings, headaches, fatigue, mood swings, difficulty concentrating. Your body's glycogen stores, stored sugar in your muscles and liver, are depleting. These stores usually last 24 to 48 hours. Once they're gone, your body has no choice but to adapt. The gut revolts. Here's something fascinating. The bacteria in your gut that feed on sugar are literally dying off. Your microbiome is about 40 trillion bacterial cells, and the sugar-loving species are sending desperate signals to your brain, trying to get you to feed them. Those cravings you're feeling aren't all coming from you. Some are coming from your gut bacteria fighting for survival. But what's improving? Even on day 2, your insulin sensitivity is already starting to improve. Your cells are becoming more responsive to insulin signals, which means better blood sugar control is just around the corner. Day 3, the turning point. This is when something remarkable happens. Your body flips a metabolic switch. With glycogen depleted, your liver begins converting fatty acids into molecules called ketones. These become an alternative fuel source for your brain and body. You're entering a mild state of ketosis, not the extreme version from keto diets, but enough to change how you feel. Energy begins to return. Many people report a surprising surge of mental clarity on day 3. It's not euphoria, but the brain fog starts lifting. Your energy becomes more stable. No more 3 p.m. crashes. Cravings start to weaken.
The intensity of sugar cravings typically peaks around day 2 and begins declining on day 3. Your brain is starting to adjust its dopamine receptors. The urgent "feed me sugar now" signals become quieter. Your skin starts responding. Sugar causes glycation, a process where sugar molecules attach to proteins like collagen and elastin, making your skin less elastic and more prone to wrinkles. By day 3, this process is slowing down. Inflammation markers in your skin begin to drop. Day 4, the stabilization. Hunger hormones rebalance. Two critical hormones, ghrelin, which signals hunger, and leptin, which signals fullness, start functioning properly again. When you eat a lot of sugar, you develop leptin resistance. Your body produces the "I'm full" signal, but your brain doesn't receive it clearly. By day 4, this communication is improving. You'll notice you feel satisfied after meals in a way you haven't in years. Blood pressure improvements. Excess sugar consumption raises blood pressure through multiple mechanisms. It increases insulin, which causes sodium retention. It damages blood vessel walls. It promotes inflammation. By day 4, many people see measurable drops in blood pressure, sometimes 5 to 10 points on the systolic number. Mood stabilization. Remember those mood swings from days 1 and 2? They're fading. Blood sugar stability means emotional stability. You're not riding the glucose roller coaster anymore, so you're not experiencing the irritability and anxiety that comes with blood sugar crashes. Day 5, the unexpected change. The taste bud reset. Here's the benefit almost nobody talks about. Your taste buds are regenerating. Taste bud cells have a lifespan of about 10 to 14 days. They're constantly dying and being replaced. But when you flood them with sugar daily, they become desensitized. They need more and more sweetness to register the same level of sweet. By day 5, new taste buds are forming, ones that haven't been bombarded with excessive sugar. An apple will taste sweeter. Berries will taste like candy. You're literally regaining the ability to taste subtle sweetness. Liver fat begins reducing. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is an epidemic, affecting roughly 25% of adults globally. The primary cause? Excess fructose, a type of sugar. Your liver can only process so much fructose at once. The excess gets converted to fat and stored in liver cells. By day 5 of no added sugar, your liver is beginning to burn this stored fat for energy. It's beginning to heal. Sleep quality improves. Sugar consumption, especially in the evening, disrupts sleep architecture, the natural progression through sleep stages. By day 5, many people report falling asleep faster and experiencing deeper, more restorative sleep. Day 6, the transformation accelerates. Inflammation markers drop. Sugar triggers inflammation throughout your body. It increases inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Chronic inflammation is linked to virtually every major disease: heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis. By day 6, blood tests would show measurable reductions in these inflammatory markers. You might notice this as reduced joint pain, less puffiness in your face, better digestion, clearer sinuses. Mental performance peaks. Your brain is now efficiently running on a combination of steady glucose from complex carbohydrates and ketones from fat metabolism. This is arguably the optimal fuel mixture for cognitive function. People report sharper focus, better memory, improved problem solving, more sustained concentration. Physical performance improves. Without the constant insulin spikes that promote fat storage, your body is accessing stored energy more efficiently. Athletes who cut sugar often report better endurance and faster recovery times. Day 7, the reset effect. The brain rewiring. This is what scientists call the reset effect. After 7 days without sugar, your brain's reward circuitry has begun rewiring itself. The dopamine receptors that became desensitized to normal pleasures because they were overstimulated by sugar are becoming sensitive again. This means normal foods become more satisfying. You need less stimulation to feel pleasure, and the addictive pull of sugar weakens significantly. Measurable health changes. By day 7, if you tested your blood work, you'd likely see improved fasting glucose levels, better insulin sensitivity. Some studies show 25 to 30% improvement, reduced triglycerides, slight improvements in cholesterol ratios, lower inflammation markers. The craving collapse. Here's the most encouraging part. By day 7,
if you tested your blood work, you'd likely see improved fasting glucose levels, better insulin sensitivity. Some studies show 25 to 30% improvement, reduced triglycerides, slight improvements in cholesterol ratios, lower inflammation markers. The craving collapse. Here's the most encouraging part. By day 7, most people report that sugar cravings have dropped by 60 to 80%. That desperate, urgent need for something sweet, it's been replaced by mild, manageable preferences. You've broken the cycle. The 7-day mark is just the beginning. If you continue without added sugar, the benefits compound. Week 2 to 4, weight loss accelerates, typically 4 to 8 pounds of actual fat. Energy levels stabilize even further. Skin clarity improves dramatically. Months 2 to 3, risk factors for diabetes and heart disease continue dropping. Mental health improvements often reported. Taste preferences permanently shift. Long-term, reduced disease risk, better aging markers, sustained energy, freedom from cravings. The bottom line, your body is extraordinary. Given just 7 days without added sugar, it begins healing systems that may have been damaged for years. The withdrawal is real, but it's temporary. The transformation is real, and it lasts. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to quit sugar forever if that's not your goal. But now you know 7 days is all it takes to reset your body's relationship with sugar. The question isn't whether your body can do it. The question is, will you give it the chance?